Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today I've got a fun, pretty obscure thing, at least for those in the English-speaking world and those not interested in the tokusatsu type stuff of costume superheroes from Japan. But today we're going to take a look at some of the Sodo Kamen Rider figures. Not to be confused with the Shodo Kamen Rider figures, because there is a difference. The Shodo figures are actually, 3 3/4 G.I. Joe / Joy Toy articulated action figures that are sold via, pre-packaged boxes similar to this of various hero type figures. They're pre-painted, fully articulated, sometimes even down to their ankles and fun stuff like that with lots of accessories, and come in similar packages. But that's not what these guys are today. These guys have very minimal stickers, the ones I just showed you and took away. Mostly good guys, sometimes bad guys, but that's the cool thing about the Soto line, which we're going to look at right now. And these are going to be all of the various weird, obscure, one-time on-screen type forms and costumes and outfits and gimmicks that a lot of the heroes have, but also a lot of the villains as well. So my son already popped this open before I could even get a chance to take a look at it, and you'll see there are 14 individual boxes, so these can get kind of pricey. These are available usually in the supermarkets from what I remember. It's been a while since I've been in Japan, but I can remember seeing the early versions of this line. This is from set 6, which is mostly Revice and Saber figures. So you can see here, the way it works is usually you have anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 various boxes that are going to complete an actual figure. So here we have, what is this? Revise Volcale. I don't want to read it right now. So here's an idea of what you get. So in this set, you're going to have part of the body and some stickers, but if you get both sets, and you can see here, like, this character is going to be 12, 13, and 14. The Lord of Vice, I'm not sure. We have like this weird hovercraft thing from Revice. So, and then you can see on the second box, it's got all the extra things that should have been sold together in the first place. So there is a bit of a hobbying aspect here. Another rider, but again, you need both of these. And so I know in my experiences the last time I was there, and I know my son was looking for some of these on his most recent trip. You can see here he's got a bunch of extra stickers for various abilities, his shield and all that. Oftentimes you'll find like 1 or 2 parts of a specific character, and then you won't find anything else. So this is going to build the hovercraft here. Again, so you can see this has got the fans in it. All sorts of stickers and parts, and this is probably the main body bits of it. Okay, 10 is there for some reason. Saber Ultimate Bahamut. Looks pretty neat. Again, see, you only get the top. The top half is in one box, the bottom half is in another. Almighty Saber. It's one of his last powered up forms. Again, see, various parts. And one of the cool things is if you really want to mix and match all this stuff, that is something that you absolutely can do. And then we have our last 3 for the Lord of Vice, Wise, whatever he is. I want to say he's got actually various forms. So this one's kind of cool. You get the base body. You'll notice that there's bits and pieces missing from it, and then this one is all of his extra gear, and then this last one is a bunch of weapons which look like they can go with just about everybody. Alright, why don't we pop one open just to give you guys a good look-see, and then I'm going to get everything built. Actually, I might not get everything built. I might just enlist my child and let him do all the hard work, because I know he actually enjoys these. And while I'm at it, I will show you guys some of the other ones. As always, if you get these fresh, you'll get the gum inside there, and this is how things are packaged. So again, there is that hobby aspect of it. Some of it is pre-painted. Not much, as you can see, and they always have a little base with them. Sometimes they have multiple extra pairs of hands. So like this one, you can see he's got the fists already attached. And then you have the empty hands right there. Belt parts, it looks like. And there are a ton of stickers. And in case you are freaking out about the stickers, because honestly, for the longest time, that's what kept me away from these figures. And there's some really crazy, weird, obscure stuff. On the inside of the box, they explain where everything goes, and often, you know, with pretty simple instruction diagrams, how to put things together. So if we open up the second figure box, if you guys really want to see lots of people sitting there and going through the entire boxes, building and putting stickers on them, there's some really good Japanese YouTube channels I can recommend. You can see here, that's how everything is going to go together. Again, you can see where all of these stickers are going to go. This one, not as exciting to build. I mean, the figures are pretty decently articulated. And in true Bandai fashion, there's absolutely no paint on their backsides. So if that's something that you might find yourself enjoying, wanting to go back and paint these things, well, that is always an option. And surprisingly, these are closer in scale, it looks like. I'm kind of surprised by that. A little bit taller. We'll see how they turn out. I do have some of the bad guy ones, and that's the interesting thing about these figures, is they are completely unique molds. They're not really reused very often. So I'll show you once everything's done. I'm going to sticker them up. There's something kind of cathartic about having to go through that many stickers just for one figure. Look at that amazing strength, like Hercules here. And I just realized I don't have any clippers nearby, so maybe that wasn't the best idea. Okay, well, maybe I will have to go finish this up somewhere else. Where are my clippers? I don't know. That's really weird. Check that out. There's no... That doesn't look right. Something looks wrong here. We'll have to figure that out. Okay. Anyway, we'll get that all sorted out. I'll let you guys know how it goes. We'll show you all the results, and hopefully you'll stick around and see the results. So, if you want to, sit tight. Alright, folks, my apologies. I built a bunch of these, and then my kid, who, as I've mentioned before, is a big Kamen Rider fan, went and has manhandled and messed with and posed everything and mixed all of these figures together, because we had some prior to filming this box, and I have no idea what's what now. So while there is a minimal amount of actual building of these figures, you can see there is just a plethora of stickers. Literally almost every color on the front of this guy is a sticker. Nothing on the back, in typical Bandai fashion, though. That's just how they roll with these kinds of figures. Although, if you don't mind spending, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 plus yen for their premium versions, they do sometimes have them recolored. So, like, I know this guy I'm about to show you here, who comes to us from Kamen Rider Saber, actually got a redo that actually has all of his parts colored in on the back correctly. That's not usually how they roll, though. Now, the figures themselves are quite poseable. They're just... Okay. Obviously, somebody's been watching Fies again. Actually, I really like this one. I think the stickers really work well for them. I mean, yeah, some can be put on better than others. But, there is a nice amount of posability. So if you want them rider kicking, there are the multiple hands as well. There's teeny tiny stickers stuck in between all the little cracks and crevices. Usually Fies is squatting before he starts rocking. What am I doing with this foot? Okay, none of these were actually in the box that I was doing a video on. I'm like trying to remember. Okay. One of the Saber kits. And again, just ridiculous amounts of stickers. I believe all that trim is actually sticker on him. I don't like the fact that most of these sword-carrying figures don't actually have a hilt. Some of them did, earlier kits, and some of the premium versions do. But no. The fact that we get some of the bad guys, I always think is a plus. Or some of the more bizarre, obscure armor designs. If I get the words out of my mouth eventually. One of the Bahamut versions. Again, from Saber, all that stuff. All that filigree. And you can see I even managed to tear a few here and there. You want to paint these suckers. I mean, you're going to be in 7th heaven, I guess. Let's just stick them back here. Nope. That's why they come with stands. Some figures are better than others at standing up on their own. So here we have the Lord of Wise. One of the figures who came with a ridiculous, I want to say it was probably close to 40 stickers. Now, admittedly, some of those were for his weapons. And I mean, overall, it comes out pretty decently. And again, underneath all that armor, the crazy thing is, these are all their own separate, unique sculpts. It's kind of wild. Now, I don't know what happened to all of his accessories. My kid must have taken them. Again, just trying to show off the variety of figure designs that you get in these sets. And oftentimes they have these little accessory packs. I know my brother just dumped a couple on me, in fact. Here, Lord of Wise needs this big giant extra blade. One of the few that has a sticker for both sides. And his scythe, not so much. Again, one of the villains, I think, from Saber. I don't remember. I haven't even finished watching Saber. There's just always something on in my house. It's kind of crazy. And I was going to say, one of the other cool things about this line is we often start to see vehicle accessories showing up as well. And I mean, that seems like a bit of a rarity. What with it being, you know, Kamen Rider and all. Rider necessitating that he's riding on something. See his little phantom guy in there. Another of the other boxed vehicles that we have put together at one point or another. So again, if you've got access and can find these for a reasonable price, I think they're a lot of fun. And I will be honest, the stickers were a major turnoff for me the first time around, but I've come around to really enjoying them, especially when they have 30, 40 plus. And it's just sitting there, you know, meticulously trying to put them on. And there's a couple of box sets that are like 3 or 4 figures. It's kind of wild. Every now and then you get some kind of crazy translucent ones as well. So if you have a passing interest in these types of figures, I do suggest, and you like building them, and you like putting the work in, I think you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of them. And I know I'm probably going to go snatch up another box or two while I can, especially while we're in Japan. We'll go track some down. So hopefully we'll get to show some of those off, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy them just as much as we are. So with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. Say thanks for watching. I'm like, what am I going to say? And we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.